Hello, and welcome to the CDO Magazine interview series. I'm Dessa Glasser. I run the data and analytics practice at the Financial Risk Group, and I have the pleasure today of talking with Denise Letcher, who is the CDO of PNC Bank. Can you talk about how critical data quality is, especially with the increased use of machine learning and artificial intelligence?
Data quality obviously is extremely important when feeding machine learning and AI. I mean, if you want to get the right predictions, you definitely have to have good data quality. And there's so many articles out there about how firms lose money because they can't get their analytics or their use cases up and running because of poor data quality. I mean, it is essential. And that is why people have that. What's the new expression? Data is the new oil. Or my team likes to say data is the new bacon because everybody likes bacon on my team. But
As do I.
yes, it's the foundation. I mean, data quality is the foundation, and that's why then that can enable you to focus, as I mentioned before, on some of the basic data infrastructure that you need to maintain good data quality as data comes in the door. It's extremely important.
Yeah, I could not agree with you more. If you don't understand who your clients are, what they're buying, you could get
Yeah,
all the artificial intelligence and unstructured data in the world. It doesn't mean much unless
right.
you have
That
uh, the basics down.
right.
Very good. So, how has your team worked with the analytics teams to ensure the proper use and interpretation of the algorithms? You've talked about partnering with the business.
Yeah.
So how do you work with those analytics teams and making sure the algorithms really are producing the right results?
So we partner in a couple ways. So first, I'd like to mention that I do think that the CDO team needs to be integrated with the model development lifecycle, and really ensure that part of that framework includes checking the source of the data. And so part of this comes down, like, for example, assessing whether redundant data exists across multiple sources throughout the firm, because redundant data can create bias by overestimating certain data elements. And so, as we mentioned before, algorithms are only effective when working with quality data. So, a large part of data governance improvement goes into auditing and consolidating where we find repetitive sourcing. And then I would say another way that we just engaged in the overall model development, we engage with the modelers, is we do have governance over the data labs. And we also, it's really important that, once a model is developed, it's put in production, it has the right controls in place. Again, validated on a regular cycle, and that's part of the model development life cycle, so that things are reviewed and verified on a regular basis, especially if it's a critical model.
Great. So then you get involved then also in the model development but making sure it has the right data, and
Yeah.
that helps you understand. Fantastic. All right, last question. Are you currently using NLP, so natural language processing? And if so, how are you using it at the bank?
So I have one really interesting example that I'll share with you. We use natural language processing on customer calls or customer requests. So these are recorded, and you can put the call into text, and you use analytics to determine the type of request, satisfaction, nature of the call, subject. It all can be very interesting. So I would say that that's a good example where we're using NPL.
Wow. So you use it really to improve your customer service.
Yes, exactly. Customer experience, customer service. Yes.
Fantastic. Okay. think that's all the time we have. So I wanted to thank you, Denise, for joining me today, and uh, tell the group listening that visit cdomagazine.tech for additional interviews. But I've had a lot of fun. Thanks so much, Denise. It's been really interesting.
Thank you, Dessa. It's been great.